Hello darlings, and welcome to my Chipotle ASMR mukbang. No, I'm just kidding. It's just like, I've had a very physically, emotionally, mentally exhausting week. And I want to film a video, but I don't really have any ideas. Haven't watched a movie, so I'm not talking about movies. Weirdly enough, the thing I want to talk about today is music. I got a lapel mic, so you guys are probably getting all that lovely hum nom nom noise. Sorry if you have misphonia. But if you have misphonia, what are you? I should probably put in mouth noises in the warning. So, I guess the thing I want to say about music is, what is with music these days? Not so much that I hate the music these days. I don't. A lot of the music these days is good. I like it. It's just the music I love the most and the sound I like the most isn't really present in the soundscape anymore. So I was a teenager in the 2000s. And what kind of music did we have? We had stuff, I loved the emo, goth, pop punk bands. My favorite band was My Chemical Romance. I enjoyed Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy is completely different now. What happened to you, Fall Out Boy? You fell out of touch. Except not really. They didn't fall out of touch. Their music meshes well with the music they're making now meshes with the music, or they were making now. I think they broke up. I like music, but I don't follow bands very much. But it meshes with with the soundscape of today. But I'm still really missing, but what kind of sounds did you get with that sort of music? You got the drums, the guitars, the whiny emo boys talking about how life sucks. Maybe not the most relatable message for a 31-year-old woman, but I don't know, some part of me still feels like a sad teenager. I definitely still look like a sad teenager. I love the Chipotle rice too much. A lot of music right now has a lot of synth sounds, a lot of, DJ, those musical transitions that are, how to explain it? See, I am someone who doesn't play instruments. I've only maybe studied a little bit of guitar. I have never even been in a musical. So I'm basically the most layman when it comes to music. So trying to say what it is that I have a problem with is difficult. But I guess one of the things that doesn't help is that I live in an area that does not have a dedicated rock station. We have stations that play rock music, but it's stuff the oldie stations, which is now playing R.E.M. and Nirvana. It's only a matter of time before they start playing. I didn't really listen to rock music in the late 90s. I was, teeny bopper, listening to teeny bopper, Britney Spears. A lot of music right now has very synthetic sounds, or the emotional kind of music is more sad rap, which I don't have a problem with. I like those songs. It's just, it's not the music I fell in love with. And it's not the music that hits me in my chest the way stuff like My Chemical Romance or Fall Out Boy or Panic at the Disco did. Remember when Imagine Dragons happened and I thought they were going to be I don't know, my next new love, and then they started, as a band they evolved with the trends in music, and I can't blame them for it, even though I don't like their sound. Out of all the ones who are moving with those trends, they probably don't do it very well. But it's just I miss the guitars, and I miss the drums, and I miss the kind of music. I know I'm sort of sounding like old lady being you kids these days and your darn synth and your bass drops. I want my music to punch me in the chest. But yeah, Washington, D.C. doesn't really have a dedicated rock station, so I don't hear any new music that way. There's Spotify, but they haven't really recommended me anything that really feels like that. And I like the stuff they recommend me. I have some of my favorite bands from there, but Churches, Cara Bonito, but they definitely don't make music like Paramore does. And I love Paramore. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making this so people will give me music recommendations. Please, please, give me a band. Give me drums and a guitar that, I don't know, melts my face or something. This isn't really a critique of the modern trend because, like, music changes and evolves. It's been doing it for the last few hundred years, maybe even 1,000. I don't know. I'm not a music historian, but it's just, I miss a lot of things. Music doesn't hit me the way it used to. My favorite song that's playing on the radio right now is an edit of a song from 2008, I think, or maybe probably more recent than that, but it's like, I don't know what to do about it. In other news, I'm working on a comic. It's a, character dies and ends up in another world doing fantasy heroic stuff. Only this time it has lesbians and blackjack. In fact, forget the comic. It's just gonna be like, I don't know, one panel a day kind of thing, which I'm sure is going to be very annoying for some people, but it's just like, I'm just trying to get myself to draw every day. That's more the main point of the comic than anything. Very difficult to keep myself motivated, especially when I have emotionally exhausting weeks like this one, or emotionally exhausting bosses like the one I have. It's difficult. Like, you can see the little lovely spot I've got right here on my cheek that is, honestly, it's from stress. Do people script their mukbangs? Is that why they have things to talk about while they eat? Like, honestly, I've been watching RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, and that's pretty much all on my mind is drag queens. I'd love to go to a drag show when things, change. I'm not gonna say go back to normal, but they change when they change into something more doable. I think part of the reason for my emotional exhaustion is the fact that we're still in this. I still have to wear a mask, and I feel like I don't have a face anymore. I feel very depersonalized because of this whole thing. I've got to, do more to remind myself that the world is out there and I will get to enjoy it at some point. Anyway, I think that's all I have to talk about today. Goodbye, darlings. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to like. And hey, leave a comment about, I don't know, how you feel about today's music or what the kids are into these days.